Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, da-da-da. Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, da-da-da.
Good morning, everyone. It is Beret. For anyone that happens to be new to my channel today, I have a YouTube channel with my husband Kevin, and it's called Life on the Range. Of course, you clicked on this video. Today is the first day of spring, and so I put on this very pink dress that my husband gave me. He bought it for me maybe a couple weeks ago, so I don't know. I got up and thought I would put it on. I feel like it's fitting, has flowers all over it. I am, of course, starting this video off very random, like usual. You guys know Kevin and I are awkward in front of the camera. But this video today is going to be about an update, essentially, about life after loss. So anyone that is familiar with us have watched our last two videos. Last month, Kevin and I lost our baby boy, and I never told you guys what his name was. It was actually something I had planned on revealing once he was born. But we named him Levi, and we actually came up with the name way before we were pregnant. Actually took a screenshot of the name, and I think it was just one random night of us talking about, you know, the day we have children and what their names would be, la la la. And we just looked up boy and girl names one night. And the first boy name that popped up at us was Levi. And then I like to know what names mean. So it's actually a biblical name, which I thought was really cool, and I, read up a little bit about it, and I thought it was a really nice name, honestly, and so did Kevin. And so we were like, yeah, that's perfect. That will be the name if we ever have a boy. And so it was. So, his name was Levi. And I don't know. I feel like it's very fitting, honestly. But let me get on with it. So I feel like there's so much I can talk about. There's so many avenues that I can go down when you talk about losing a loved one, and even more so losing a child. And then even more so losing a child in the way that I did, which was my baby passed away in utero. And today actually is my official due date. So today essentially would have been the day that I gave birth to him. I actually had a complicated pregnancy. It wasn't too crazy. It was something that was being managed and could be managed, and a lot of women have this develop during pregnancy, and their babies grow to be healthy and alive. From just a medical standpoint, my complications do not technically is not the reason why my son passed away. But I think I'll touch on that in another video if anyone's interested. Anyways, I made it to 8 months of pregnancy. I had about a month left. I was actually planning on getting induced, and we just didn't make it. So right after losing him, of course, depression is very much normal and real, and it's something Kevin and I experienced immediately, just a total loss. I believe I was in shock the entire time, so my real emotions didn't begin until after I was home. I had left the hospital. Milk had come into my breast 2 days later, and it was extremely painful and heartbreaking. And also it just hurt. It hurts to have your breasts swell up so big and, you know, no baby to feed. So, you know, that was difficult for me. And Kevin took a couple of weeks off. I've taken longer to heal emotionally and physically. And I haven't reached out to anyone. I haven't gone to any groups. I haven't gone to a therapist. I haven't talked to anyone yet. I just didn't feel like I was ready to talk to anyone. And forgive me if I'm kind of all over the place. I did not plan this video as far as exactly what I'm going to talk about. So if I'm going up and down and round and round, I do apologize, but I think it's very real. This is my real feelings and my brain at the moment. But it's difficult. You have so many people reaching out and wishing you the best and giving their condolences and, you know, how sorry they are. And, you know, at first that was really hard. I did not want to hear, "I'm sorry for your loss," because it just would bring up so many emotions. And then I would, you know, Kevin and I would start bawling, and then it got annoying. Then you get angry and you're just like, okay, you know, now we're at the point where we're like, oh, it's fine. You know, like, what do you say? But I know everyone is with such good intentions. And what do you say to someone? You know, if I had someone that I knew that experienced the same thing, I would say, my heart is broken and I'm so sorry for you. You know, what do you say? I think out of a respect and acknowledgement, you say, "I'm so sorry." But it's hard to hear. It just is. And so we isolated ourselves for a while. And then Kevin went back to work shortly after. You know, I didn't. I still haven't gone back to work. I am dreading it because I go back to work very soon, and I can honestly say I'm not ready. But I feel this pressure to go back because financially we can't continue to live off one income. And I think it's hard when you're trying to grieve and process and kind of figure out, okay, what do I do now? And lo and behold, it's like, oh, but you know, these bills are coming up due, so get back to normal. And not everyone can do that, or that's not everyone's answer. Like Kevin says that it's a good distraction for him. For my healing and my process, I know, you know, if I had gone back to work weeks ago, that I wouldn't have lasted 10 minutes in the office. But there's a lot of ups and downs. There's going to the funeral home. There's, you know, all these people coming to you. You know, I didn't plan on my son dying. I planned on my son coming into the world and being a mom. And so I was getting his nursery together. I still had a few items to get, like I needed my nursing chair. We had just got his crib, bottles, toys, boppies, nursing pads, creams, you know, his little thing that I was gonna bathe him in, everything, you know, all these clothes. And so I was preparing for life. I wasn't preparing for death. And in the hospital, they're asking you, how do you want to lay him to rest? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It was, and you know, I think about that often, because it's like you have to make a decision. And I was like, I don't know how I want to bury my son, and all those things. It was really tough. And I don't know. You have all these ideas and hopes and dreams, and I guess the reason why earlier I brought up this freaking dress is because I guess because I thought I was gonna have my child. I thought I was going to be walking today, this beautiful weather, in this cute little spring dress, you know, with my stroller and my baby in the stroller. And I'm not. You sometimes get frustrated that it's so pretty outside. And you get sad that it's pretty outside and that the sun is shining and you're wearing a bright pink dress and, you know, just trying to put your best foot forward, because reality is you don't feel pretty. You don't feel excited and bright and pink. You don't feel happy that the sun is shining after gloomy days. You don't feel like pumped for the future because you thought you were gonna be a mom. You thought you were gonna have your baby. I thought I would be on maternity leave and enjoying today with my sister-in-law and all her kids and just enjoying life. And I'm not. So there's a lot of emotions. I'm still going through them. This video probably doesn't make sense so far, and I don't want to make an even, you know, keep continuing. This is it. This is the update. We're just taking it a day at a time. And the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to film things, you know, like I have planned on doing some day in the life videos, some vlogs, some more crafty videos, just a lot of different things. And they just didn't turn out very well. Here you go, Dawn. They didn't turn out very well. Kevin does not feel like filming. He's not comfortable. I'm awkward. I'm making no sense. Dawn, go! Ugh. Every time I film a video, here he comes with his squeaky toy, and he's just so happy. Look at him. Show everybody what you were just doing. Go get your toy. Okay, now you don't want to do it. You're so silly. He knows I'm talking smack about him, that's why. So anyways, we're just taking it a day at a time. We haven't really conversated with people, a few family members, and other than that, we keep to ourselves. It's probably why I'm making no sense now, because I know I'm essentially trying to speak to all of you, and I just babble. Nothing makes sense. I have really tapped into my faith. I have tapped into God. I decided that I wanted to start reading the Bible. And I know a lot of people kind of reach out to God, or, you know, spiritually, they reach out to whoever they believe in, religion-wise, when bad things happen. And yes, I did do that, but even more so, I felt like there was a bigger purpose, like there was a bigger reason, and I wanted to discover it. And so I felt, for the first time in my life, I wanted to get more educated with the Bible, and its understandings, and stories and reasoning, but also get more familiar and comfortable with God. And I hope I don't, you know, push anyone away about bringing in religion. I know there are plenty of people who are atheists. There are plenty of people who believe in a different higher power. There are people who just have different religions. I am not saying this to offend nor kind of attack or go against anyone. This is just my story. This is how I was raised. This is what I believe in, or learning to, anyways. I just feel like there has to be a purpose. There has to be a reason, right? And I feel like the way I will survive something so tragic is to put my faith into something versus put my fear into something. And walking around fearful, it will kill you slowly. And so I found this, it's called the Bible Study by Zach Winhale. I know his last name starts with a W, but basically he made like a study guide for the Bible. He grew up Christian. You know, he had to go to church and study and do all these different things to kind of further his faith. But, you know, his background is basically he thought it was all crap. And so he basically wanted to further his faith in his religion with God, but also make it easier for people to understand, and like a new era, essentially, how to understand it in today's time. Make it make sense. So that was kind of his purpose. So I did buy that, and I'm trying to read along with it. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I say I don't know a lot because I really mean it. But yeah, I'm just trying to dive deep. I'm trying to have a positive attitude. It's easy to get angry and to question and be negative and blame yourself. You know, my first thought was, I clearly did something wrong. I clearly sinned. I did something terrible, and this was my punishment to lose my beautiful baby. Clearly I'm not supposed to be a mother. You know, how come this person gets to keep their baby and I don't get to keep mine? It's tormenting. It really is. So that's my thought bubble. We're going on 20 minutes now. That's my thought bubble. That's what's been going on in my head. I no, we will seek counsel. I have started to come around the idea of face-to-face, talking to women that have gone through the same thing, and just talking to our pastor who married us. I plan on reaching out to him. I meant to go back to him a while ago, but with the pandemic, it was hard to say if you wanted to be in tight spaces with people. Anyways, yeah, I would say today's a good day because I got dressed. My head is up. I'm alive and breathing. And then I also feel absolutely nothing today. Like, because it's his due date, I just feel funny. Like, I feel surreal. Like, this is all surreal. Like, this is all an illusion. Like, I feel crazy. I don't know. And, for a moment, I was like, I don't even want to walk outside, and a part of me was embarrassed. Like, wow, you suck. You can't even carry your child properly. All these awful negative things you can imagine, from anger to disappointment to sadness to just complete, like, I feel it. I'm leaning more on the positive side these days, but these are just things that I felt in the past up to this very second. Forgot about my coffee or tea. So if anyone wants me to touch more about what happened, maybe leading up to his passing, I can. I also feel like pregnant women don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear this awful tragedy. It is something that happens more often than not, even though it's less than 1%. I was the lucky 1% that this unfortunate thing happened to. So, do people want to hear about that? I don't know, you guys tell me. But regardless, this is my update. Kevin is at work, and again, he hasn't been in the mood to film. He is okay with me making this video and talking about him in this regard. I wanted to film something entirely different, active, something fun outside, us being happy. I want this to be a happy channel, but it also is a reflection of our lives. And that's also what I wanted this channel to be, Kevin and I's lives, along with the awesome people in it as well, So I guess this is just part of it. Sorry. I hope to make more positive videos, things different. But we really haven't been doing anything. We've just been grieving. So, I think I'm gonna end it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to me. I hope, please, no judgment be put on this video. I know I very much might get some. It's a touchy subject. I also mentioned religion, so I know people get very passionate about religion and beliefs, and I didn't even tap on my beliefs and all, but again, it's me just processing everything. I will say this, I want to be a mom. I hope I can actually be one day. I pray that is what God has in store for me. One can only hope and dream at this point. So, yeah. Until next time, people. Enjoy the first day of spring. Let it be great. And I'll see you on the next video.
Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil.